Well, welcome to our first, well, it was a 10-day challenge, but we're going to warp speed it, and you're going to do 6 days with us, add 4 at the last day. So Sunday, December 12th, we're running the marathon. I'm doing a 10K, which is 6 miles, and Robert and Anthony are doing the 26, how many?
26.2.
And hopefully, those of you that are A people are going to do maybe 26 balloons, where we teach you how to blow up 26 balloons. 26 is in honor of the marathon that they're going to be running. And blowing up 26 balloons is really, if you're dealing with a life-threatening issue, then you've got to get breath into you. And you have to retrain your body that we're not breathing from the chest. We're really going deep within and what it feels like, so that you start conditioning yourself. So 26 balloons, for someone who's, I'm sorry to say this, but someone who's on their deathbed, been in bed for a long time, can't even get out of bed, it's gonna shock you at when you get 10 deep breaths in, and it's not a deep breath from here, it's literally a life breath, how it's going to put life back. All right, so we're going to start with Robert. He's going to cover the goal. Why are you going to do it? And he's going to give you a structure and a system, and we're going to then work at customizing it for your specific issue. So tell us about goals, Mr. Leader. I follow him. I trust him.
And if you're running the marathon every year is really a test of where I'm at in my physical training and my health generally overall. And so for me, it's the biggest thing in my life because it's something that I can control. I can control every aspect of it. Of course, there's always changes and everything. Things happen. Don't get to run today. We had a thunderstorm. When I was younger, I used to run through a thunderstorm. It didn't bother me. But today,
he didn't run.
I didn't run.
All right, so let me ask you a few questions. For someone who is dealing with a life-threatening issue, and they need to be able to develop, Anthony's going to help us plan out what someone who's dealing with a life-threatening issue is, what they're going to be doing. But how do you get them to set the goal and stick to it? That's really the question when we talk about goals. We can all set goals, but how do we master them? So, you've gone through, one more point, you've gone through 4 marathons when you should have quit, and you didn't. And I remember, thank God our son was there to pick you up. Otherwise, you would have had a mean, nasty bruise all over your forehead. You would have cracked your skull open. So tell us about that part of goal setting. Why you don't quit. And how do you set a goal so you keep reaching for it? That just amazes me.
That is a good question. Why? I've done all these marathons. I've been running all my life, and I haven't been able to run a marathon without stopping. And the last 4, last 3 of them, two of them I came close to passing out. One I actually passed out, and then the last 2 years ago, the last one we were able to run, I didn't finish. And basically what I determined from that was because my health was going down. But I've taken steps to reverse that. And so each year it's a test of where I'm at. And I think I've gone through the transition, and life is quite a bit different than it was 10 years ago when I started. And the why is because I want to be alive to see my grandchildren get married, graduate from college, have children, and I want to be with their children.
Okay, now I'm going to qualify that. He doesn't want to be alive with an oxygen tank in a wheelchair.
Well, that's true.
Okay, so that's the conditions that we're going to start working with. I'm really excited because I guess get really upset when he faints on us. I mean, that just blows my mind. 2 weeks ago, I started talking to Anthony about why is he not able, 7 miles, and what's going on? And we came to the conclusion is he's not breathing through his solar plexus, through a deep breath. He gets to a point where he's shallow breathing.
Yeah, all these years I've been running, and I had just learned that I haven't been breathing properly.
And it's not that he doesn't know how, it's just that so many things are going on. Your life gets busy, you got commitments, da-da-da. So that's where we're all three really excited to see Robert finish, because look at that smile on Anthony's face, because when we masterminded and we went, okay, it starts with the breath, and Robert was able to run up that mountain and run the miles and catch when he went into his chest instead of deep breath all the way down. And that's what we're going to teach you this week. No matter what, everyone needs to add this breath that Anthony's going to teach. So we're going to have tomorrow, we're going to have some balloons, and Anthony's going to teach us how to breathe properly. Like that little baby, when you watch a little baby breathe and you look at their tummy and they're breathing like
that sort of answers one of the reasons why I run, because when I'm running with Anthony and he's just running along, he's not breathing hard, and he's not sweating, and he's, come on Robert, you can do it. And it just gets me riled.
And that's what our 10-day program is. And this 10-day program is going to go every month for the next year. Can you imagine us coaching you on at whatever level every 10 days, every month? Show you how you can transform your health in 10 days with some simple techniques, some goals, and the most important thing is the why. Give us a little bit of what we, when you start somebody, especially if it's somebody that's literally on their deathbed. I hate to say that, but you do work with those kind of people. You come in and it could be days and they be gone. And the very first thing, tell us, what are the things that you immediately get them started on?
When I first assess the situation, if I go there physically, I want to see where they're at, what is in their environment, including how they're breathing. That's very important. Make sure they're getting plenty of fresh air, make sure that they have access to fresh air, make sure that their water supply is clean and fresh. So I want to make sure their environment is as clean as possible. Then as far as what they need to do after that assessment is make sure that, just like a river, you want to make sure that river is flowing fluidly. You want to make sure there's nothing blocking them up from consuming and also releasing whatever they need to release. So once again, that fresh air is important, the fresh water, make sure that they have a filtered or purified water system. And as far as their food sources, make sure their food sources are as clean as possible.
We're talking about somebody on their deathbed.
Yes.
Okay. So the very first thing I heard you say is you make sure that they have a clean source of water.
Yes.
That their environment, their kitchen, their living room, where they live, that whatever you do an assessment of the toxicity in their environment. We
Yes.
got exposed to a massive gas leak in Los Angeles, and it moved me into the first stages of leukemia. So what your toxic environment is, and then I heard you say cleaning out your system, and that can mean different things depending on what you're doing. So he's gonna do an assessment of, okay, are you plugged up? And what's the first thing that you have them drink in order to address all those things?
The carrot apple juice is the first thing you want to get them to drink.
Okay, so this 10 days, we want you to go to if you don't have a slow press juicer, you're going to go to Jamba Juice, and you're going to have them do a juice a day. If you have a slow press juicer, you're going to get an organic apple and organic carrots, and you're going to slow press. Okay, what does that mean, slow press? So you're not going to do a Jack-o'-lantern juicer that's going 5,000 RPMs a minute, because the amount of oxygen that is being exposed to the plant, you're converting a living enzyme and oxygen from the plant into dead matter. Okay, you're killing the living enzymes. So our goal is to get living enzymes, living oxygen from the plant into your digestive system, into your bloodstream within the first, what is it? Can you remind me? As soon as you drink it, it's it's going right into your bloodstream,
Yep.
and 80% of the nutrients are fueling your cells. And so those are some of the things you're going to learn this next week. So we're going to challenge each of you, just go get a carrot juice from Jamba Juice.
So that's one of the goals. Drink carrot juice
every day for the next 6-7 days.
And you will be amazed at the changes.
Energy, the energy, the muscles you're going to gain, and how things are going to start moving through you. Because if it's not moving through you, death starts in the colon. Let's see, Anthony, if you can explain A, B, and C people.
Okay, the A, B, and C people, that goes, it's almost like as someone referring to a triage or another level, just levels. So the A people are very life and death threatening, you could say life-threatening conditions.
Okay, wait. Can you give me an example? Give me 4 examples. You've got some people that you're thinking of, and they are any of them A's, or are they A's and B's?
B's and A's, yeah, B's and A's.
All right, so let's talk about our A people. They could have cancer.
Yes.
They could have, what else?
Cancers, they can have hepatitis, they can have an acute form of hepatitis, they can have they can have an immune deficiency situation. They may be suffering chemical exposure or something very disastrous where their lungs are like emphysema could be an example of another compromised health.
They can have COVID.
Right? They can be diabetic. They can have serious issues with the diabetes. They can have high blood pressure. They can be morbidly obese.
Okay, stop. When you went to diabetes, high blood pressure, and obese, that's actually a B person, correct?
Yes.
So our A people, you're going to start with, we're just going to show you how to get some breath into your body. And we're going to have you drink a carrot juice.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to have you notice how it frees up your internal organs. That means it's going to make you go to the bathroom. If you live in a toxic environment, I think we all live there now, you might want to have a water filter.
Yes.
So that you got filtered water. And if you aren't ready to do a water filter, you might want to go and have somebody get you big filtered water out of a vending machine, 30 cents. So you just have some filtered water. Don't spend a lot of money because we're just testing 10 days. What clean water, carrot juice, and what's something else that you have them do for detoxification? Enzymes. We're going to start you enzymes, and then something that I do is I get them scanned. I have a reading of their antioxidant level, and that tells me, it gives me a start point of where they're at, so that if they're being measured, and you're going to see a video on that, we're going to send that. If your biophotonic scan is like 10,000, and it could or should be way over to 80 to 90,000, now we have a measurement of what those 10 days are doing. So you can tell just by breathing. If I blow up 26 balloons every day for the next 10 days, can it change my antioxidant level? I think you'll be surprised. And so those are some of our plans and what we're going to cover in the next 6 days, so that on Saturday, when we're not running, we're going to spend an hour live with you, give you the ability for Q&A, and make sure that each of you have your plan on what you want to accomplish. So look for those goals. What is it going to take for you to believe, I am transforming my health because of Robert, Anthony, and Teresa cheering you on, giving you some tips and techniques, and doing it with you. Okay, what do we say here from Hawaii?
Aloha.
Aloha.